new details into Outfront about the man who allegedly murdered Charlie Kirk. Suspect's name is Tyler James Robinson, and Outfront just spoke to a man.
The man you see on your screen was at work. The two were both doing electrical work at what our source. He says Robinson was, quote, a little abnormal, didn't talk to anyone. He was a quiet dude, and he didn't like talking unless spoken to.
On the evening of September 10th, 2025, the halls of Utah Valley University were alive with anticipation. Students, supporters, and critics alike gathered, waiting for a man whose presence always commanded attention. Charlie Kirk, a voice of fire in America's culture wars. To understand the weight of this night, you must first understand the man. Born in Illinois in 1993, Charlie Kirk rose to prominence as a teenager. By 20, he had founded an organization that would become one of the loudest conservative voices on America's campuses. To his followers, he was fearless, calling out what they saw as the failures of liberal America. To his critics, he was dangerous.
Hold on. You're 30 years old. We can agree you're 30 years old, right? Do you think that's a little bit silly?
Are you a voter?
I am a voter. I'm a registered voter.
I vote and you vote. So I'm talking to voters of this country that will determine the future of Western civilization. That's what I'm doing here today. Yeah?
A man who stoked division for influence and fame. But love him or hate him, Charlie Kirk mattered. His words mattered.
How am I? Sorry. Let's go through this. How am I a fascist?
Dude, like you...
Can you name one thing I believe that's fascist?
You believe that, like...
And on September 10th, those words were cut short. Utah Valley University. A night that began like any other on America's college circuit. Was about to be written into history. The crowd gathered. Some came in support, eager to hear the words of a man who built a movement. Others came in protest, ready to challenge him face to face. Charlie Kirk, founder of Turning Point USA, a figure who, for over a decade, shaped conversations about conservatism, culture, and youth in America.
All right, we're going to get started, everybody. You know how it works. Question and answer. Also, thank you to Lane from YRV5. That was great. Really appreciate it. And we're going to be here for a couple hours. Get comfortable. Bring the best libs that Utah has to offer.
It was midday. Under the tent, the event was in motion. Charlie was responding to a question from a student, Hunter Kozak, about mass shootings committed by persons identifying as transgender. Too many, he answered. Then a single shot.
Counting gang violence. Great.
Yeah. You think he'd already be in place?
You would think that. So there's somebody on the roof right there? Just saying. He just ran in. And now he's right there.
You're not counting gang violence. Great.
The sound ripped through the air. Time suddenly fractured. Charlie Kirk clutched his neck. Blood, confusion, screams. The audience scattered. Chaos. Witnesses said he fell, and the world around him dissolved into fear and disbelief. News agencies lit up with the story. Social media overflowed with grief. Condolences from across the political spectrum, but also anger, fear, questions of safety, of civility. The fact that someone could be speaking at a college event, answering a question, and then be shot.
To my great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight, all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America. He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. He's a martyr for truth and freedom, and there's never been anyone who was so respected by youth. Charlie was also a man of deep, deep faith, and we take comfort in the knowledge that he is now at peace with God in heaven. Our prayers are with his wife, Erica, the two young, beloved children, and his entire family, who he loved more than anything in the world. We ask God to watch over them in this terrible hour of heartache and pain. This is a dark moment for America.
Charlie Kirk's death wasn't just the loss of a man. It was the fracture of a moment many believed was untouchable. That speech, even controversial speech, was protected. He once said, "The government does not create wealth, it simply redistributes it." Bookie. To him, ideas were battle axes. To others, they were arrows, some sharpened, some blunt, all capable of wounding. And now, the microphone lies quiet. The echo remains. What responsibility lies with those who speak, with those who listen? What lines are we willing to cross? In that stillness after the shot, the question remains, when do we accept that the safety of speech must be defended? Sometimes by louder voices, sometimes by collective silence. Cameras caught a person fleeing across a rooftop. Video, footprints, a palm print, a high-powered bolt-action rifle recovered nearby. The shooter was not immediately identified. A reward was offered for tips. The university confirmed the shot came from above, from a building roof. Authorities described one shot fired, 11 victims injured in the stampede and crush that followed. The suspect at large, motive unclear. Political violence under investigation.